So, we all know the comic book industry is collapsed. It is in a very terrible time. I mean, they're having problems with shipments and everything, but Marvel Pros, they're trying to raise money to help comic book shops, but there's a problem. How do you expect to raise money when you've blocked all your customers? Oh, Marvel. Oh, here we go again. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So Marvel Pros have decided to try to save the comic book stores by trying to raise money. Now, while this sounds like a good idea, don't get me wrong, there's just some problems with this idea that apparently the comic book pros over at Marvel have totally forgotten about, that we do need to discuss. So, a large group of comic book creators are banding together to help support comic book retailers whose businesses have been disrupted by the issue that's going on that I can't talk about. Using the Twitter hashtag Creators for Comics, more than 120 creators will be auctioning comic books, artwork, and one-of-a-kind experiences. The auctions will run from Wednesday through Monday and will benefit the Comic Book Industry / Charitable Foundation, which is accepting applications from comic book shops and bookstores for emergency relief. The effort was organized by the comic book writers Sam Humphries and Brian Michael Bendis, along with Cami Garcia, Gwenda Bond, and Phil Jimenez. Humphries will be auctioning how to break into comics by making your own comics, which are video chat sessions with aspiring writers. It mirrors my own comic book secret origin story, he said in an email. More blah 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 blah. More info there. Now this is a good thing that I can agree with, that they're trying to help out comic book stores in this time. Now, with the tragedy going on, it's good to see that. But, they should have been doing this a long time ago, because comic book stores have been in, dire trouble for a long time. The industry's been collapsing for years, and, they have to wait till now when it's about to completely crumble. That's the first problem. These charitable efforts can raise considerable funds. On April 1st, Jim Lee, Chief Creative Officer and Publisher of DC Comics, began posting a sketch daily to auction in support of comic book stores. One sketch depicting a vampire version of Batman sold for $17,312 on April 12th. Now, while this is a good thing, like I said, what your primary problem is that, well, Marvel, they've totally forgotten that, they've had a block bot chain, and anybody that was on a hit list, which we're going to look at in a moment, anybody that follows the people they blocked are blocked also. So, while it's a good idea to try to raise money to help comic book stores in their time of need, well, the problem is, how can you get the word out there on where to go and how to support it if you've blocked people that are customers, that are, following people that are a part of the chain? One person is Ethan Van Sciver. We're going to get into the hit list in a moment of some of the people, but Ethan Van Sciver is one of the people, and there are tons of comic book fans that follow him. What he stated yesterday was, all of you miserable bastards at Marvel Comics who disenfranchise your customers with creative decisions driven by spite, agenda, and arrogance, who told us, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my books, bet you wish you had our money now. That's good. That makes sense. Because, over the time, I've talked about it, and many other people have talked about it, how just the sales have been dropping miserably over the years, how comic book stores have been just declining, have been shutting down because of the miserable issues with the comic book industry. The poor sales, that's another problem, not being able to pay their rent. That's a big issue in itself because the comics have just been so terrible. And then, of course, you have the comic book pros that work at Marvel and DC, that have been bashing fans, treating them awful, calling them ist and phobes. And, it's also gotten worse because, Tug, that umbrella guy, shout out to him as well, he actually brought this up On the Reddit, DC Comics banning over buying an Ethan Van Sciver comic, which is CyberFrog, by the way. I'm making a video, but yeah, the person bought a comic, told a friend about it on Discord, who was also a Reddit moderator, banned. Rebirth. Artist books get you banned from DC Comics forum. So you directly funded a Comicsgate supporting comic book, proceeded to tell a DC Comics moderator about it, and this after your previous ban and warnings, and you still don't get why a rule was broken. We have a zero tolerance policy on this. I mean, this shows you the problem what's been going on with the comic book industry in general. You know, they've been pushing their politics into comics. They have been just destroying established characters. They have been attacking the fans. I mean, Marvel and DC have just been two of the biggest problems. I mean, of course, you know, that's the thing. These terrible comics that they have published over the years, I mean, look at New Warriors. I mean, you know, they have made so many bad ideas. And with all these terrible sales, with everything that's been going on with the industry, with all the attacks on fans, blocking them, I mean, you know, turning them away because, oh, look, you don't agree with us, creating a blacklist when it comes to you know, actual comic book pros, you know, stating that, you know, we'll remember who you are if you voted a certain way. I mean, come on. You got to be kidding me. You know, it's ridiculous stuff that's been going on in the industry because they don't care about comics. What the people working in the comic book industry now care about are their politics and agendas. They don't care about good quality entertainment. And several months ago, this is actually almost a year ago to be exact, there was a Twitter thread that was out there. So this is what this person had to say. So someone posted a comic retailer Facebook group, a hit list of people on Twitter that were suggested to run a blockchain on. And if you suddenly discover a few relatively unknown indie creators in hashtag comics have blocked you, here's that full list in next tweet. In which this person goes on, because like what you can do on Twitter is you can have block bots. And what they do is they go to the person that you would want to block, right? But then they block everyone that's following them. That means that if you have customers that are following these people, well, then you're blocking out these customers too. Let me just throw that one out there. And that's what these comic book pros of Marvel and DC have done. Note the follower count number in my edition now on that in a moment. And then, of course, you see the list here, which is Ethan Van Sciver, Nick Rekt, which he has a new Twitter, so, you know, this may have been the old one. Doug Tenaple, Abacus Mike, Yellow Flash guy, so there's Yellow Flash on that list. That Umbrella guy, so Umbrella guy's on that list too, Edwin Boyette. And so you see, they have a list of people. So that means that if there's any fellow customers that had been supporting Marvel and DC, and they're by chance following any of those people that were on this list, which, you know, they could be updated for all we know, but this is just an old one of people they had on the hit list, then that means that all those customers are blocked out. So how are they going to be able to help save comic book stores by being able to help raise money if you have places like Marvel and DC, you know, saying, oh, look, well, you're associated with Ethan Van Sciver, or you're associated with Yellow Flash, or you're associated with Nick Rekt, or that Umbrella guy. Therefore, you're blocked. You know, like, and they could be customers still of Marvel and DC, but because they're in association, because they're following somebody, they're now blocked. You know, and this is the problem. You know, whenever these people like Heather Antos, or, you know, Donnie Cates, or G. Willow Wilson, or anyone that has worked there or does currently work there that's trying to help support comics, you know, with them having block bots, blocking out even the potential customers, you know, how do you expect to save the comic book industry when you are blocking them out from even trying to contribute? See, that doesn't even help anything. I mean, you know, that's the problem. This is where this fails, because when the comic book industry is completely collapsed and everything basically spells doom and disaster for these big companies that, you know, have been making comics for years, which of course have gone to making trash comics as of late. You know, very few comics are good. For every one good comic there is, there's like 10 to 20 more that are worse than it. And here you finally see these comic book pros at DC and Marvel and, you know, trying to fix the industry, but it's basically a dying breed at this point. The industry has collapsed. And what have the comic book pros of Marvel and DC done? They've only gone on about their politics, and they've only gone on with continuing to attack the fans. I mean, You're not going to save it that way. That's not a way to save it. And then by blocking more and more customers, yeah, how do you expect to raise money when they don't know where to go because you've blocked them out? So good one on you, DC and Marvel, for failing because you banned and blocked customers that could actually have helped save the industry. But anyways, be sure to support CyberFrog Rekt Planet by Ethan Van Sciver. He has raised up to $626,123 on this and has 5,348 backers. So get yourself a copy while you still can. You have 28 days as of the recording of this video. The link will be in the description down below. So if you're interested, go check out that link and get yourself a copy while you still can. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here. Make sure you were still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like if you enjoyed. Also, be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Not only that, but be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.